Emergency aid deployments have been disrupted in the Oijanen system as a result of the complete quarantine of the city of Myrskaa on Oijanen II. This represents a significant escalation of the second quarantine situation announced this week. Chief Executive Panel spokesman remains silent about the circumstances surrounding this incident. However, local witnesses have already provided the media with details of a frigate crash on the planet's surface and confirmed that the pilot was transferred to the Zyno-operated Myrskaa District 36 South Medical Centre. The status of the pilot is also unknown, as is whether he or she is or was a CAPSULEER.
A major deployment of Caldari Navy, state peacekeepers and Kalakyota-aligned Home Guard troops arrived at spaceports in Oijanen prior to the expansion of the quarantine and installed a nano-shield dome over the entire city. Approximately 36 million civilians are known to be within the quarantine zone itself. The Ishuk Rata Enforcement Directive and Arataka Research Consortium have medical personnel and relief supplies staged in Myrskaa in expectation of an expansion of the zone beyond the medical centre, following the pattern from the Mutakon quarantine in the Minmatar Republic. State forces have instituted martial law to maintain civil order and limit the spread of the contagion, but uncertainty remains, with few details of the outbreak being shared with the population or interstellar media. Peacekeepers have appropriated large quantities of medical supplies and rations to ensure the success of a containment and treatment plan, but the exact spread and nature of the contagion is as yet unknown. We spoke to Aeon Amadi of the clone soldier group Icarus Conflict Solutions about the situation on the ground.
The populace so far has reacted very well to the state's intervention. We've encountered a lot of citizens who are deeply concerned, with the knowledge that it is being taken seriously, that no expense is being spared, and that the CP and Zyno are being proactive about the situation has helped greatly. Usually in a situation like this, panic leads to looting and a loss of social order. With supplies already in place, we've been able to provide calm, 1 meal at a time. We're still trying to liaise with the state peacekeepers to ensure the continued flow of aid in a way that maintains the quarantine, to ensure that shortages over the longer term don't erase our gains. In the meantime, we're doing our part to maintain order, and to facilitate our science team's mission to secure samples of the disease to allow for development of an effective treatment regime.
While there is still no official word from the medical staff dealing with these outbreaks, we asked Sidra Lovelace of the Evesploratory Society on the nature of quarantine procedures in situations such as these.
The most important thing is to get ahead of an outbreak before it becomes an epidemic. While it's extremely difficult to contain an outbreak completely in a planetary environment, restricting the flow of potential reservoirs of disease and reducing the reproduction rate of the pathogen is vitally important to decrease in mortality. Further steps would include public education on means to reduce contagiousness, such as transmission methods, whether format, aerosol or fluid, and initial signs of infection, such as fever, lethargy, discharges or inflammation. If the quarantine zone fails, or if there is a risk of transmission outside the quarantine zone, then travel bans in the surrounding area will be necessary steps to ensure public health. Essentially, we want to do anything we can to ensure that even if the disease spreads further, it is in a localized way.
While medical and security professionals grapple with this outbreak, some CAPSULEERS are already calling for drastic measures to ensure the safety of the greater cluster. To date, there has been no official acknowledgement of threats to glass the quarantine zone. This is Eleonori Roden
and Cerulean Voth
reporting above Myrskaa for the Discourse.